Imagine a scenario where a group of lions and tigers is suddenly released into the bustling heart of New York City, a dramatic, almost surreal situation where nature's fiercest predators find themselves in an urban jungle far removed from their natural habitats. In this wild hypothetical, the presence of these majestic big cats in a city as dynamic and densely populated as New York would set off a chain reaction of events that touches every aspect of urban life. The moment they escape confinement, these predators would be driven by instinct to seek out food, territory, and safety, turning familiar city streets, parks, and even underground passageways into a dangerous playground for both the animals and the unsuspecting human population. In the initial hours of the chaos, the big cats would likely be disoriented by the cacophony of city sounds and the overwhelming sensory overload of flashing neon lights, honking vehicles, and throngs of people. Yet, their survival instincts would soon take over. Lions, with their powerful social structure and pride mentality, would begin to group together, forming small units to assess their surroundings and search for food. Tigers, on the other hand, are solitary by nature and would likely wander the urban landscape alone, stealthily moving through quieter areas of the city or stalking along the edges of the urban sprawl. Their primary focus would be on finding prey to sustain themselves. And in a city like New York, that could mean anything from feral cats and stray dogs to smaller mammals such as raccoons and even pigeons. The urban environment, though not ideal, offers an abundance of opportunities for scavenging as well as opportunistic hunting. Food sources in New York City are both abundant and unpredictable. The big cats might be drawn to areas around garbage disposal sites, dumpsters behind restaurants, and alleys where food waste accumulates. In Central Park and other large urban green spaces, the presence of squirrels, rabbits, and even unattended pets could become targets for a hungry lion or tiger. The predator's natural ability to stalk and ambush would be put to the test in a concrete jungle, where traditional cover is replaced by shadows cast by skyscrapers and narrow alleyways. These predators, accustomed to natural terrain, would have to quickly adapt to the urban landscape, learning to navigate busy streets, cross intersections, and even use the labyrinth of subway tunnels and underground parking garages to move stealthily and avoid human detection. For the human population, the sudden appearance of lions and tigers in New York City would represent an unprecedented public safety crisis. The risks would be multifaceted and severe. On one hand, the presence of these predators could lead to direct physical danger. People encountering a big cat in a crowded area might be at risk of attack, particularly if the animal is hungry or feels threatened. Panic could quickly spread as news of sightings, near misses, and actual attacks circulate through social media and local news outlets. Emergency services would be overwhelmed as police, paramedics, and animal control units scramble to respond to incidents ranging from road accidents caused by panicked drivers to injuries sustained by those caught in close proximity to the roaming predators. The city's infrastructure, designed for the predictable flow of human traffic, would be ill-prepared for the unpredictable behavior of wild animals of this magnitude. Traffic would likely come to a halt in affected areas as residents flee or as authorities attempt to cordon off zones where big cats have been sighted. Public transportation systems, including subways and buses, could become chaotic as commuters try to escape potential danger. The economic impact would be significant, with businesses closing temporarily and tourism coming to a standstill as the city grapples with a crisis that seems more at home in a dystopian novel than in a modern metropolis. Controlling such a situation would require an unprecedented level of coordination and innovation from city officials and law enforcement agencies. The first step would be to establish clear communication channels and rapidly disseminate information to the public. Authorities would need to issue evacuation orders for areas where predators have been spotted, while simultaneously setting up safe zones where people can take refuge. Specialized animal control units, perhaps even federal wildlife agencies, would have to be called in to assist with the capture and relocation of the big cats. Given the size and power of lions and tigers, conventional methods of animal capture, such as tranquilizer darts, would need to be deployed with extreme caution. Any miscalculation could endanger both the animal and the public, especially in densely populated urban areas. the logistics of capturing and relocating such large predators present their own challenges. Helicopters might be used to track and monitor the movements of the animals from above, while teams of experts in wildlife management set up ambushes or traps in areas where the big cats are most likely to frequent. Urban landscapes, however, are fraught with obstacles. Skyscrapers, narrow streets, and busy intersections could hinder efforts to corral the animals effectively. Authorities would have to work closely with wildlife experts to design strategies that minimize the risk of escalation. For example, establishing temporary wildlife corridors, using barriers and controlled access points, could help guide the predators toward a central containment area where they could be safely sedated and transported to a secure facility or wildlife reserve. In addition to immediate response efforts, long-term strategies would need to be developed to prevent such an incident from recurring. This might involve re-examining the security protocols of zoos and wildlife reserves to ensure that no accidental releases occur, as well as investing in advanced monitoring systems that can detect any unauthorized movements of dangerous animals within urban areas. The psychological impact on the city's residents would also need to be addressed. Public safety campaigns, community meetings, and even counseling services might be necessary to help people cope with the trauma of living in a city where wild predators roam freely. The emergence of lions and tigers in New York City would also have profound implications for how humans view nature and the relationship between urban and wild spaces. On one level, it would force a confrontation with the raw, untamed power of the natural world, a stark reminder that even in our modern, concrete-dominated cities, nature can assert itself in unexpected and dramatic ways. The incident could spark widespread debate about environmental conservation, animal rights, and the ethics of captivity, as the public grapples with questions about why such powerful creatures were able to escape into a human environment in the first place. It might also prompt a rethinking of urban planning and public safety measures, as city officials consider ways to create urban environments that are both safe for humans and respectful of wildlife. Culturally, the presence of big cats in an iconic city like New York would leave an indelible mark on art, literature, and collective memory. News outlets would document every sighting, every close encounter, and every successful operation to capture the animals, weaving the event into the fabric of local lore. Social media would buzz with images, videos, and personal accounts, turning the incident into a phenomenon that transcends geographical boundaries. For some, the idea of wild, untamed predators roaming the streets would evoke a sense of awe and wonder, a reminder of the primal forces that still shape our world. For others, it would be a source of anxiety and fear, a signal that the boundaries between civilization and the natural world are more porous than we might like to believe. The theoretical integration of wild predators into an urban setting also raises questions about adaptation and resilience. Lions and tigers are, after all, creatures of instinct, evolved to survive in specific natural environments. Their sudden appearance in New York would test their ability to adapt to radically different conditions where the rules of the wild collide with the order of human society. While their innate drive to hunt, explore, and survive would undoubtedly remain, the context in which these behaviors manifest would be entirely transformed. For instance, a tiger roaming the streets might have to contend with a constant barrage of artificial lights, noise pollution, and the ever-present hum of human activity. Its hunting methods would be forced to evolve in response to the urban landscape, potentially leading to unexpected behaviors and interactions with human populations. Similarly, lions, used to the coordinated, relatively predictable patterns of savanna life, might find the chaos of city streets disorienting, leading to conflicts not only with humans but also among themselves as they navigate this alien environment. In the end, the scenario of lions and tigers unleashed in New York City is a vivid and provocative thought experiment that challenges our understanding of urban ecology, animal behavior, and the limits of human control over nature. It forces us to confront the vulnerabilities inherent in our modern infrastructures and to consider the profound impact that even a single disruption of the natural order can have on a complex, interconnected society. The blend of wild instincts and urban challenges would create a volatile mix, where every moment is fraught with danger, unpredictability, and the potential for both chaos and wonder. While such an event remains firmly in the realm of fantasy, it serves as a powerful reminder of the delicate balance between civilization and the natural world. It prompts us to ask deep questions about the ways in which we manage and interact with the wild, the responsibilities we bear as custodians of nature, and the unforeseen consequences that can arise when that balance is disrupted. The story of big cats roaming New York City would be a story of survival, adaptation, and the enduring power of nature, a narrative that challenges us to think beyond the confines of our urban routines and to acknowledge the persistent, untamable spirit that exists at the heart of the animal kingdom. Ultimately, the hypothetical release of lions and tigers into New York City would be a transformative event, one that reshapes not only the physical landscape of the city but also the psychological and cultural landscape of its inhabitants. It would compel us to reconsider our place in the natural order, to re-examine the barriers we have built between the wild and the civilized, and to recognize that the forces of nature, however carefully contained, have the power to disrupt even the most ordered systems. In this imagined future, every street, park, and alleyway would be a reminder of the wild unpredictability of life, a testament to the resilience of nature and a challenge to the human spirit to adapt, survive, and ultimately, find harmony with the untamed world around us.